Josip Broz Tito was a Yugoslav communist revolutionary and politician who served in various positions of national leadership from 1943 until his death in 1980. During World War II, he was the leader of the Yugoslav partisans, often regarded as the most effective resistance movement in German-occupied Europe. He also served as Prime Minister from November 2, 1944 to June 29, 1963 and President of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia from January 14, 1953 until his death. Tito was born to a Croat father and a Slovene mother. Drafted into military service, he distinguished himself, becoming the youngest sergeant major in the Austro-Hungarian army of that time. After being seriously wounded and captured by the Russians during World War I, he was sent to a work camp in the Ural Mountains. Tito participated in some events of the Russian Revolution in 1917 and the subsequent Russian Civil War. Upon his return to the Balkans in 1920, he entered the newly established Kingdom of Yugoslavia, where he joined the Communist Party of Yugoslavia. Having assumed de facto control over the party by 1937, Tito was formally elected its General Secretary in 1939 and later its President, the title he held until his death. During World War II, after the Nazi invasion of the area, he led the partisans. By the end of the war, the partisans, with the Allies backing since mid-1943, took power in Yugoslavia. After the war, Tito was the chief architect of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, serving as the Prime Minister, President, and Marshal of Yugoslavia, the highest rank of the Yugoslav People's Army. Despite being one of the founders of the Cominform, he became the first Cominform member and the only leader in Joseph Stalin's lifetime to defy Soviet hegemony in the Eastern Bloc, leading to Yugoslavia's expulsion from the organization in 1948 in the event known as the Tito-Stalin split. In the following years, alongside other political leaders and Marxist theorists, he initiated the idiosyncratic model of socialist self-management in which firms were managed by workers' councils and all workers were entitled to workplace democracy and equal share of profits. Tito wavered between supporting a centralized or more decentralized federation and ended up favoring the latter to keep ethnic tensions under control. Thus, the constitution was gradually developed to delegate as much power as possible to each republic in keeping with the Marxist theory of withering away of the state. He envisaged the SFR of Yugoslavia as a federal republic of equal nations and nationalities, freely united on the principle of brotherhood and unity in achieving specific and common interest. A very powerful cult of personality was built around him, which the League of Communists of Yugoslavia maintained even after his death. After Tito's death, Yugoslavia's leadership was transformed into an annually rotating presidency to give representation to all of its nationalities and prevent the emergence of an authoritarian leader. 12 years later, as communism collapsed in Eastern Europe and ethnic tensions escalated, Yugoslavia dissolved and descended into a series of interethnic wars. Historians critical of Tito view his presidency as authoritarian and see him as a dictator, while others characterize him as a benevolent dictator. He was a popular public figure both in Yugoslavia and abroad. He remains a popular leader in the former countries of Yugoslavia. Tito was viewed as a unifying symbol, with his internal policies maintaining the peaceful coexistence of the nations of the Yugoslav Federation.